Good morning, student. Part 1, Chapter 1, Computer. Part 1 is complete, but now Part 2 of this chapter continuing. Impact printer and non-impact printer. Last class we have to done, and today we have start to plotter. A plotter is a printing device that is used to print high quality graphics such as charts. This is a very important line. Quality graphics such as charts, diagrams and maps. Plotter is a printing device that is used to print high quality graphics such as charts, diagram and maps. Plotter are generally used in computer aided designs, full form of CAD by engineers and architects. Those are used plotters. A plotter has ink pen to produce output as per the command given by the computer. Drum plotters, inkjet plotters. Some plotters names are example of plotters. Drum plotters, inkjet plotters and flatbed plotters are some plotters that are commonly used today. Clear? Now come to the liquid crystal display, LCD projector. An LCD projector shows the display of a computer on a large screen. Everybody knows nowadays LCD is so common. It is commonly used for displaying presentations to a large audience during meetings, conferences and workshops. We are knows our school have this LCD projector, smart class. We do all the many subjects we learn that, pictures also. Software is a term used for a collection of instructions that control operation of a computer. The step-by-step instruction that can be performed on a computer to do a particular task is called a program. It is a very important line. What is a program? Program is the step-by-step instruction that can be performed on a computer to do a particular task is called a program. A set of programs is further referred to as software. It is a software that makes hardware function in the particular manner. This is called a software. Now come to the type of software. What is the type of software? Software is broadly categorized as system software and application software. Now elaborate about system software. What is system software? The programs that are designed to control and utilize the operation of a computer and its devices are called a system software. It is a sort of connection between user, application, software and hardware. It helps computer to manage its own resources such as memory, input and output. Roughly we are telling about the software. What is the software? Software helps our computer to manage our own resources such as memory, input and output devices. Now system software is categorized into three parts: operating system, large processors and another point I have. Now come to learn operating system. What is operating system? It is a very important about a computer, first chapter. An operating system is the most important system software. It controls the hardware of a computer. The operating system is the most important system software that controls the hardware of a computer. It provides services to the application software or user. When a computer is switched on, the operating system is the first program that is loaded into the memory. Its memory. Some of the popular operating system, very important, underline those lines and remember this: DOS, Windows, Unix, Linux, Solaris, iOS and Android, etc. Large processors. A computer understands only the machine language, containing only zeros and ones, binary numbers. Therefore, a program written in the high level languages needs to be translated into the machine language using translator software called a language processor. There are three types of language processor: assembler, interpreter and compilers. Assembler, interpreter and compiler. Assembler, what is the assembler doing? Purpose of the assembler: it converts assembly language to machine language. Then interpreter, it converts the program of machine language line by line. The errors have to be rectified for each line before moving to the next line of instruction. Rectified, a correction about that error. And examples are BASIC and Python. This is an example of interpreter. Now come to the compiler. It translates entire program to machine code in one go. And next also the error are reported with the line number at the end. And the program is translated again after removing all the errors. It's so helpful of the what is the purposes of this kind of software. An example are C and C++. So popular language. Now come to the source code. Program written in high level language is called a source code, and the translated program that's called a object code. Now come to the drivers. A driver is computer program that facilitates and the computer system to communicate with the various hardware devices such as scanner, printer, webcams, etc. Now come to the application software. We know the software of language software. This is application software. Application software is two part. One is package and number two is utility. What is a package? Package is computer application consisting of one and more the programs created to a particular type of work. Example, MS Word is a word processing software that is used to create documents. Very, very important. Now come to the utility. Utility is a program to do routine maintenance work on the system or on system components. For example, antivirus software is very important. We learn more and more time. Antivirus software protect our system from viruses, and WinZip is used to compress or decompress files. Both are example of the computer utility. Clear? Now come to the computer programming languages. A computer performs a task as per the instruction given to it. These instructions are given to the computer in the form of a program written in the computer language. A computer language is called a programming language. The process of the planning and writing step-by-step instruction of computer is called a programming. The person who writes the program is known as a programmer. Who make a programming, who do a programming is called a programmer. A programming language can be classified into 5 major categories. One is first generation language. First generation, what is the first generation? The first generation is programming languages made out of machine language. The use of machine language started in the 1940s. It consists of zeros and ones. It is called a binary language. It is called a binary language which started in 1940s. It is the language that is understood directly by the computer. It does not require any translation. This makes the program execution faster, and the major disadvantage of machine language is that it is a very difficult to understand, learn and write instruction this language, and also machine language is machine dependent. This means that the program written in one computer may behave different to another computer. Now come to the second generation languages. Second generation language is programming language made as the assembly language in the early 1950s. Assembly language developed an assembly language consists of the small instruction called the mnemonic codes, which is used to place same thing zeros and ones. They use a mnemonics made programming in the simpler, and it is also a machine dependent of the assembler is need to convert program and written by assembly language into the machine language. Both machine language and assembly language are regarded to low level language. This is a second generation language. Now come to the third generation language. The third generation programming language are designed to the overcome to the disadvantage of low level languages. These languages are user friendly and machine dependent. These are also referred to high level languages. High level languages means HLLs are similar to the English language and are easy to learn to simple to use. The programs written by HLL need a compiler and interpreter to convert them into the machine language. C or C++ programming, QBasic and Java are some examples of the high level language. Now come to the fourth generation languages. Fourth generation languages is a modern high level language which are highly user friendly within programming A4GL. User to need to specify that output required. An example are SQL, Python and Perl is example of the fourth generation. Now come to the fifth generation languages. Fifth generation languages are most advanced languages designed to make the computer solve a problem without the programmer. While programming is 4GL, a programmer input into only the problem and a set of conditions connected to the problems. The computer itself uses the appropriate logic based on the given conditions to solve the problem. This is an example of a Prolog, OPS 5 and Mercury are example of the fifth generation of languages. This is the figure of languages. First, second, third, fourth and fifth. Their example are clear. Classification of the computer language. Learn very well. This is a good for remember. And today we have finished a part 2 or chapter 1. We have complete the chapter 1. First chapter computer system. And you learn very well in your home. Thank you.